So, episode 3, Reconnoitering The Rim.
An anachronistic term if I ever heard one.
An anachronistic term which is used surprisingly a lot in the episode. There's a bit where they say like just 3 lines, which is, I'll reconnoitre the rim, you'll reconnoitre the rim. So,
I'll reconnoitre the rim.
The main plot point that happens in this episode is that Mr. Garrett gets killed.
Yeah.
He tries to get his money out of Al. He's incredibly stupid. Doesn't realise when to quit.
Yeah.
So he tries to get his money back for this faulty gold claim he's been sold. So Dan Dorothy pushes him off of a cliff. And then when he gets to the bottom, it turns out that the bottom is full of gold, and it's actually worth like lots and lots of money. So now they have the added problem of the fact he died holding this massive gold claim.
Yes.
Yes.
And his lover, the opium fiend.
Yes, Alma Garrett. Yes.
Yes. Now presumably she owns the rights to the gold. That
becomes one of the main focuses of the season going forward. Yes.
At the same time, Al is having to deal with the fallout from a new saloon movie in next door, the Bella Union, fresh from Chicago. He then finds out that the guy from Blade Runner, E.B., yes. He had a part to play in this.
He did. He was the go-between between the Bella Union and the guy who owned the stall.
Yeah.
So he's betrayed Al, and then in a very tense scene he admits it and nearly gets killed.
Yes.
But then doesn't and acts as a go-between.
Yeah. Get information and all that.
This is where it actually gets really complicated, because the guy who's Al's go-between is also a go-between for them.
Yeah.
And EB is a go-between between the gem and him, but is also a go-between between the Al and the gem. Yes, it only gets more complex as it goes along, yes.
Got to keep up.
Yes. He is great in this as the guy who plays EB.
From Blade Runner?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, who's the actor called? Because I don't want to keep referring to him as the guy from Blade Runner.
I think it's William Sanderson.
Okay. He is really good.
He's great. He looks clammy and awkward all the time.
He does those roles really well. Like he's like that in Blade Runner as well. He's like the weird awkward toy maker who obsesses over Daryl Hannah.
Yes.
And he's really weird and awkward in that as well, and he's like that in this as well, which he's really good. Yeah, I really enjoy his performance.
Great in that. We have some more vague existential rumblings about what's he called? Wild Bill Hickok.
Oh yeah.
More people threaten him and say they're going to kill him.
Yeah.
One of the actual standouts I thought from the episode before we didn't mention is the bit where Charlie Utter talks to Seth about what makes him different and how he can keep alive when Will can't.
Oh yeah.
Will can't, that's great, but there's more of that kind of stuff in this episode.
Yeah. Seth and what's he called?
Sal Star, yeah.
Yes. They win their bet. They get the business so they can put their own stall as well.
Yes.
And Al's getting suspicious because first they say you got nothing to do with Bill Hickok, and I'm a pretty tight of a hip.
Yes.
What else happens?
More of that. And the child is now back in the camp.
Yes.
And he's living with Jane. Calamity Jane, yes. So yes, there's more. Again, this is the day after the last one.
Yeah, I like it how it's following it on day after day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the whole season, which is 12 episodes, only takes place over 12 days.
Yeah.
So it's all like just like nearly 2 weeks. It's all very compact, the style of things. There's a great scene in this, the cunt scene.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, Bill Hickok calls him a cunt mouth.
Yeah.
And his mouth looks like a cunt.
Cunt.
Yes.
Yeah. And I find the swearing really amusing.
Yes.
Especially, I don't know just say this now, but I think cocksucker is such a funny, out of date, obviously completely out of date, wouldn't use it now, swear word, but it's funny coming out of Al's mouth.
Yes, it is.
That fucking cocksucker.
You also get the first use of one of a signature phrase from Deadwood, which it made slightly popular, was hooplehead.
Hooplehead.
Yes. Ring the hooples.
Ring the hooplehead.
Yes.
Oh.
This had a lot of things about trust in it.
Yeah.
Who can Al trust being a horrible...
being a horrible man that pretty much everybody hates.
Yes.
I won't admit it.
Yes.
Yeah, who could he turn to? There's a really great scene towards the end of the episode where Trixie's shaving Al's skin.
She shaves his feet, yeah.
Shaves his feet, yeah, the skin at the bottom of his feet. And he's like, see, trust, you see, that's important. Because obviously at that point, considering what Al's done to Trixie in the past, Trixie could easily just take the knife and just kill him.
Yes. Yes, so we get more of that as the style of characterisation in this is a lot of just revealing things slowly.
Yeah.
So you don't realise yet why she doesn't kill him.
Yeah.
But you will later on, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of that going forwards, and you can see that at this moment. But yeah, there's loads of nice little moments in this again.
Yeah, littered with them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the scene where Al finds out about the gem saloon.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes to see I can't remember the name of the guy who sold it. And the guy who sold it realises the kind of person Al is, so he has all the horses full of guns.
Oh yeah.
And like escapes through that. That's a great scene that shows how the town's reacting to that. A little bit more of Alma Garrett.
Yeah.
Not much, but we can sort of see the loveless marriage she's got with the English guy.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Some more stuff slightly subverting Western expectations.
Well, like I like how Wild Bill Hickok is like this famous gunslinger,
Yep.
and obviously in traditional westerns, and even spaghetti westerns, which undermined westerns, you know, the legendary gunslinger would come to town and clean up and get rid of all the bad influences. He's there just to gamble.
Yes.
That's it.
He's there to gamble what's left of his life away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's even willing to gamble his guns away, his two guns away. So that's what I like. The show takes, like you say, Western archetypes and undermines them.
Yeah.
Which is something I'm really getting into and really enjoying.
Yes. So Wild Bill Hickok, who again famous gunslinger, would clean up the town. He's a horrible mess in this.
Yeah. Like he just sleeps on like the floor, doesn't he? And he just yeah.
Well, he seems to have no concern for his life in a way.
Not at all. No.
Because if you just sleep on the floor, obviously anyone could just come up and kill him. Especially considering the person he is, lots of people would want to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that one guy was like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, Bill Hickok.
You cocksucker.
You cocksucker. But yeah, no, it's all. And I like how, but this one, it's this one you feel like you've had time to get to know the characters, and now you're kind of starting to play on what you expect a character to do. Like the scene where the guy from Blade Runner admits that he's the middleman for selling the saloon. From what you've seen about so far, you're kind of like, oh god, what's he gonna do? Like, holy shit, he's probably gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, get friendly with him. You're like, oh, that was unexpected.
Yes.
So already it's kind of playing on the character expectations. I am loving Al.
Yes.
Like I am loving him as a character. He's just so horrible, and wicked, and cruel, and I love unpredictable characters.
Yes.
Where you kind of don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give some examples.
I don't know.
Someone like Thingy in Blue Velvet.
Oh, Frank.
Yeah, Frank in Blue Velvet.
Yes.
Yeah, like Frank is just completely insane. He's completely mental, and you've got no idea like how he's going to react from scene to scene. And I think Al's a little bit like that.
Well, in that scene, he says he could, if he wanted to, he could burn the whole town down.
Yeah.
And you actually believe he would do that?
Yeah, he would. Yeah. I think he's going to try and burn the saloon down or something. I don't know. But you believe he would go to that extreme. And again, this 7th episode plays upon that because you've established so far with the last basically 2 episodes and this episode that he is pretty much borderline megalomaniac and he's insane and he will do anything for business. And the fact that one of his close associates openly betrayed him.
Yes.
You'd have thought he'd just, he's got to do something though.
Yes.
He's probably just biding his time.
Well, there's ambiguity to the betrayal as well.
Yeah, there is.
Like EB says that it was just to knock out another one of the another hotel, so he wouldn't have as much competition.
Yeah.
But there's that ambiguity there, whether it is for that or whether he's trying to create like a power vacuum.
Yeah.
By killing, because what's great is going forward the way that the gem sort of acts as a balance to like what's the word? The 2 storylines of the gem and the Al's bar.
Mm.
The gem and the Bella Union.
Yeah.
They act as like twin, parallel storylines.
Okay. Yeah.
So like Al's obviously quite underhanded and dirty and will do literally anything. So there's a lot of that going forward. I like the bit where he goes where Al goes into the Bella Union. That's a great scene.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm really enjoying all the little nuances. Oh, what's the actor called?
who plays Al.
Yeah.
Ian McShane.
Yeah, he's great. He is so good.
He's an amazing actor, especially in this role.
Yeah.
There are loads of scenes where he doesn't do anything; he just stares.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like
Yes.
the way he just stares out of windows, and he's got like such an interesting face. Don't you think? Like he's got lots of like wrinkles and cracks, and you can tell like he's been through a lot.
Yes.
And the expressions he pulls and the quiet modes of his performance are just great.
Well, even if the show was dreadful, I think it would be worth watching just for the tour de force performance he gives.
Yeah.
Like every week, the character gets like a bit more depth and does more because he's pretty much the main character.
Yeah.
Like Seth Bullock in the first episode is presented as the main one, but he's barely in this episode.
He's not, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, he buys the lot and that's his, but you mainly follow Al as it goes along.
Yeah. I also like that moment where you kind of get a sense of maybe the character's potential weakness, where the gold claim man, New York man, he's like, I'll get the Pinkertons, and he's like,
yes.
Well, I'm not standing for that shit. I'm just gonna kill him. Like he doesn't even need to think about it. So obviously he's had some kind of run-in.
Yes, it's not really spoilers, but you can tell that he's had run-ins with the Pinkertons before, and he's on the run, and that's why he goes to the town to build up his empire.
Yeah,
yes.
It's almost like it almost is like gangsters in the West, which is interesting because obviously gangsters are described as modern day, westerns. This is almost like it in reverse.
Yes.
Al is almost like a mob boss.
Yeah.
Controlling this town, controlling the businesses, controlling people's lives, basically.
Yeah.
For monetary gain.
Well, he's even got a heavy, like a sidekick.
Yeah. And he's got known associates throughout the town and throughout the camp. And again, like I like how it's expanding, like you said in the last one, where they filmed it all chronologically, and then they built up the town as you went along. I really like how in this one you've got a new location. Yeah. You've got a new place, and you can tell people starting to come in to the town. It's all building up. So, God, it's frustrating. I can't believe this was cancelled.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
It's such a great show.
So great. I'm loving it. I'm 3 episodes in, and I don't know. I'm tempted just to keep on watching without you.
Yeah.
I really want to see what happens next.
Yeah, it's that kind of show. What's amazing about this episode, especially because this is sort of like the standard one.
Yeah.
The last two have big gunfights in, but this is all just not. This is literally dialogue scene after dialogue scene.
Yeah.
But the dialogue is so crisp and so brilliantly delivered. It doesn't even. That is where the tension comes from. Just how great the dialogue is.
Like for me, like an action scene in this would be something where where Al is having a confrontation with a character. He's taking action against another character, and that's as exciting as a gunslinger scene or like a gunfight or whatever. I suppose if it was a lesser show, it would feel the need to always have like a showdown at the end of each episode or something.
Yeah, but this one, nobody dies, nothing happens. But that scene where he has the confrontation with EB is so
good,
so tense and so great. Just because it's just the actors and the way it's.
It's the playoff between the two of them, and
yes,
I love watching big performances.
Yeah,
I love just seeing actors just really get into the roles, and you can tell that Ian McShane is loving it.
Yes,
you can tell he's loving playing this role.
Well, I imagine for him, best known for being a vogue antique stealer, he just bit into this and thought,
"This is his step up."
Yeah, this would have been his big chance. How many other actors are going to get a role as well written?
Exactly.
Or as just fun as this? Yes. Yeah. What would you give this episode?
I'm tempted to give it a 10.
I think it's a 10.
I think it's a 10. I absolutely love this one. This is where. I think this is going to be the episode where it clicked for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't with this one. I wasn't struggling to keep up with the dialogue.
Yeah.
I kind of gotten used to the dialogue and the pacing of the episodes, and I was getting into the characters more. I was interested, and like I said, I know it's a good sign when it starts playing on my expectations of what I know the characters so far.
Yeah.
Like I said, that scene.
Did you think he would have killed EB?
Well, since he's one of the main cast members, I didn't think he was going to get killed, but I was thinking he's going to try and do something, maybe like maim him or something, or chop off his hand or something, or I don't know, something. I genuinely wasn't expecting him to be like, you get friendly with him. Because maybe it does make more sense. Maybe he can find a way of bringing them down in a more subtle way. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I think their relationship has a great deal of pity in it.
Yeah.
Because EB is trying to play people off, but he's such a pathetic, clammy character that
in any other situation, EB would be absolutely fucking useless.
Yes.
Like he's clammy, he's awkward. He's got no sense of like business skills or like how to play people off each other, like you say.
Yeah.
It's only through Ali's given any kind of like legitimacy.
Yes.
But again, that's he's an interesting character. You know,
he is.
The characters all have like depth and interest.
Yes.
If
Again, 3 episodes in, and already the characters, you know sort of what they're going to do, and there's so much depth to it.
Yeah.
That most shows never get over 6 seasons or.
Yeah. Funny enough, the only storyline I still found entertaining, but the only one I didn't find as entertaining is the stuff with Seth and Salt and the business. You know,
yeah.
I'm waiting for that storyline to kind of get going.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be something is going to kick off.
Yeah.
Between Al and Seth, I can't wait to see that happen.
Yeah.
That was the storyline I found the least interesting in this one because there's so much other stuff going on.
But it's a very small part, really.
Very small, yeah. The parts who were in working there, fine, still really good. And there was what was it now like? Where that drunken guy was outside the stall and he was like, you know, I was like, get the fuck away from me! I mean,
Jack McCall,
Jack
the guy
McCall.
that he's been gambling against throughout the show so far.
Yeah. He just chucks him into the mud. That was great.
Yeah.
Again, you know, I'm just struck by all the period details and like how detailed it all is. And
well, yeah, I think this is like the most realistic portrayal of the West ever.
Probably, yeah. It's definitely one of the best ones I've seen.
Yes.
You know, like most of the ones I'm used to, like like your John Wayne's, but even like your spaghetti westerns, you know, even they're heavily stylized, idyllic versions of these, you know, archetypal characters.
Yeah.
You know, so Sergio Leone described spaghetti westerns as almost being like fairy tales for adults.
Yeah.
You know, like these huge characters on these huge canvases playing out these huge, epic, intimate stories.
Yeah.
Where this one, these aren't big characters, but they feel like they're part of a lived-in world.
Yes.
Which I've never quite seen done for a western.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it was cancelled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, what's interesting is that. Well, actually, this is pretty interesting backstory to this. This show wasn't going to be a western. It was going to be a cop show set in ancient Rome.
Really?
Yes, but HBO then gave the go-ahead for that show Rome.
Oh.
So they had to like adjust everything to be a western.
Oh.
But I think you can't even tell. It's not like this looks like it was written as a Roman police drama.
No.
But what happened is when the show get its 3rd season, they also had this in Rome going at the same time. But Rome and this were both like, I think Rome cost like a ridiculous like 100 million to make, and this cost like 60. But they had to put a 2nd season of Rome out, so they cancelled this to put Rome out because they couldn't afford to put out 2 high budget period dramas.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you could do this on a lower budget, or it would completely ruin the integrity of what it is.
And what show is more talked about and fondly remembered now?
Well, Rome it wasn't even very good.
No.
Yeah. So they made the wrong decision there.
It is, yeah. No, this is a great show.
It is.
I'm loving it.
It's my favourite show. It gets the 2nd season. I think it's the best season of television of all time.
Really?
Yes, it's that amazing. But we'll get to that. But yeah, 10 out of 10, great episode.
10 out of 10, yeah.
Yes.